I was an assembler at the St. Louis assembly plant for 11.5 years. For a while I put on fuel and brake lines, and then near the end I put on rear upper control arms. I had been a musician for a long time. I came back to St. Louis and ended up getting married and having kids and needed to get a regular job, and basically stuck with it as long as it lasted. I wake up every morning at 4:30 still to this day. Roll over, look at the clock, and realize I don't have to go to work. It wasn't that we weren't building them as well as anybody else. I think it was either us or Louisville. We were slowly losing one model after another, and when we were down to just the Explorer, you know, we realized kind of then the writing was on the wall. We were probably going to be closed pretty soon.
Right now, the news isn't terribly good. We don't want to idle and close a plant, and it's challenging. But it also provides the opportunity for change you don't have in good times.
What I'm doing now that the Ford plant is closed, it's related to what I did before. I decided to open my own music store. It's called Little Shop of Guitars.
Shop of Guitars.
I'm basically my own boss now, so for most musicians, that's kind of the ideal. When I think about this place, I'm kind of actually, you know, I'm kind of grateful that I did have the opportunity that the buyout presented. Each individual has his own situation to deal with, but in my case, I'm able to start my own store, get out of debt, and basically start anew, you know, and that was good for me. I think Ford's doing as much as they possibly can to make sure that we've all got an array of decent options to choose from. For people that maybe pursue some other avenue in life, I think the buyout's an excellent opportunity.
I worked at an instrument panel plant, and so we made instrument panels for the Mustang, the Explorer. I did assembly. I was shooting screws and attaching parts.
That's great. I like to see that.
I've always wanted in the health field. I wanted to go back to school, but knew I couldn't do it with a young one at home and responsibilities. But when they came out with the details on the buyouts, it had my name on it for sure. It was mine. I was doing it, and I knew it, and I just had to get the details worked out. The education leave is $15,000 a year in tuition. It's a stipend that they give us a year, and it equates to about 50% of our pay. On top of that, I have my insurance benefits, and that's for 4 years. Once I was accepted to the University of Michigan's dental hygiene program, from there it was smooth. It's been an easier step than I thought.
Yodo, aha, yo. Good job. You gotta have something that you love to do. I was 19 when I went to work for Ford. I spent 29 years there. They come out with this plan that you could draw 34 hours pay a week and keep your benefits and do that right up to your retirement. Where do I sign? My wife and I opened Bevan's Martial Arts. Our success relies on us now instead of somebody in Detroit. I'm a 6th-degree black belt in the World Taekwondo Federation. Most of my students are families. It really is very rewarding. I used a lot of stuff that I got from Ford and applied it right here, and it works like a charm. They had the employee involvement, which I put in here, where my students can make suggestions, and if something really works, we implement it. That's right, that's right. The only constant thing in the universe is change. You know, that's one of my sayings. If you don't evolve, you fossilize. All right. If it wasn't for Ford and UAW, I wouldn't have this place, because I wouldn't have been able to afford it. And I wouldn't be able to go out and retire and do this full time.
With my education coming from them, basically, I'll always feel like I'm a Ford employee in some respect, connected to them somehow.
So far, the buyout has worked out pretty good. The word's getting out about the store. I'm picking up students relatively quickly. If I work as hard at this place as I did building cars, you know, then this place will succeed. 3, 4. Going into your own thing is a little scary, but there's a voice in the back of my head that just says, you know, you can do this. Just keep going, believe in yourself, have faith, and put everything you got into it, and you know you're bound to succeed at it.
Focus your body, konge.
I got my pension from Ford, now I'm doing my passion on my own.
Want something else?
I think a lot of the company.
I couldn't have done this without this opportunity.
They forced me to do something that I might not have had the guts to do on my own anyway. And that's the best part about it. This was my opportunity. All right. Okay, let's try it one more time.